Hello and welcome to the tasting of the cheeses featured in the Cheese Lady June subscription box. Today I'm joined by Mary Jane, who is our assistant manager at the Cheese Lady, and she's very excited to try these cheeses with me. Aren't you, Mary Jane?
Very excited.
Excellent. Welcome. This is your first time.
Yeah.
So today we have 4 amazing cheeses, starting with a soft, going into semi-firm, firm, and then we're going to do a blue. So without further ado, let's jump right in. And for the first cheese, we are going to France, the Loire Valley. Mary Jane, feel free to have a morsel and start tasting the cheese. It is very creamy. So this cheese that we're going to try today is Selles-sur-Cher. It's a classic Loire Valley chèvre style cheese. So usually those come in little pucks, little truckles, little logs. They're usually quite a small size. Creamy, young. They're matured for a few weeks. Some can be matured longer, some can be a little bit fresher, but this one has been matured for a few weeks. And Selles-sur-Cher has a gray kind of rind or skin, if you will. They cover it with vegetable ash after the cheese is made, and then it kind of grows the skin, the delicious edible skin on top of that. And inside, you'll see the cheese is nice and white, so very typical of goat's milk. Made with raw goat's milk, traditional rennet. And yeah, it's one of those amazing classics that everybody should try from France. What do you think, Mary Jane?
I think, first of all, it looks lovely.
Yes.
It's got this amazing kind of squidgy kind of cream line around the outside, and then it's lovely and kind of crumbly in the middle. And visually it's beautiful. I think
that's what we call a cheese in 3 acts, don't we? Yeah. So it's got the skin, the cream line, something nice and gooey, and the crumbly core, like Mary Jane says. And what do we think about the aroma?
I just get a really kind of nice fresh aroma.
It's typically of the Loire style goat's milk cheeses. It does have a little bit of a goaty nature to it. So it's very typical, but very elegant and beautifully done. Yeah. So in terms of aroma, herbaceous, a little bit goaty, a little bit farmyardy, but that's as expected. And what do you think about the taste?
It's lovely and fresh, I think. Bit herbal. It's got a lovely kind of creamy texture.
It's almost moussey.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the texture. It's zingy. It's herbaceous. It's a little bit mushroomy. It's a multi-layered flavor, shall we say.
Yeah, you get a bit of a tang, I think, from the rind as well. Do you think the rind, the ash adds anything to the flavor?
So it's I think it gives the ash doesn't actually. So if I'm completely honest, the ash is there for a completely different reason, but the rind does add to the flavor. So yeah, it's mushroomy. It's gorgeous. Like I said, it's edible, but yeah, it just adds a complexity. And what the rind really serves here, the purpose is to protect the cheese, and it has that microbiological activity on the outside, which actually creates this breakdown right under the skin. So that is gorgeous.
No, it is gorgeous.
And don't you think of it just like a very perfect summer cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice crisp wine to go with it as well, maybe.
Yes, I think that's
maybe
exactly.
a Sauvignon Blanc or something from the Loire would be nice.
Absolutely, yes. Think zingy, think white, perhaps a rosé that's not too kind of heavy. Absolutely gorgeous. So all in all, a great cheese from the Loire Valley, and I hope you're enjoying it at home. Now let's move on to our second cheese, and we are going to Ireland. Quite a change of scenery, and we're going to West Cork. And what we're going to try today is Gubbeen. So feel free to have a little try, Mary Jane. So it's a cow's milk cheese made with pasteurized milk and vegetarian rennet. And it's a washed rind cheese. So on the outside, you'll find this orangey rind, which if you smell it, will have a nice, shall we say, memorable, pungent aroma, but not overwhelming. So yeah, a little bit farmyardy. And in terms of texture, if we press on our cheese, you'll see that it's bouncy, it's semi-firm, and you can kind of expect that kind of texture on your palate. Compared to our Selles-sur-Cher, you'll see cow's milk has a little bit more gold to its color. And yes, let's give it a try. What do you think about the aroma?
It's a little bit meaty.
Meaty, yes, I like that. Buttery, dare I say?
Almost smells a bit, I don't know, a little bit beery.
I think you're thinking what you would like to enjoy this cheese with. I think what it reminds me of is fresh milk. You know, like if you've ever been to a dairy where they've just milked the cow. When I was little, my granny had a cow. So this is probably where it's taken me back to. So yeah, a fresh bucket of cow's milk. That's what it reminds me of. But yeah, there's layers. There's more kind of nutty, meaty, buttery flavors.
Buttery, definitely.
Buttery. And a little bit pungent on the outside. And before you think this at home, is the rind edible? You can certainly eat washed rinds. Some may be more kind of pleasant than others. This one, I would say it's edible, but it's not maybe as freshly washed as it could have been, because it starts growing other molds as well. So you'll see there's a little bit of a white kind of fuzz on the outside of the cheese. But technically, you can eat the rind.
A little bit like that, I guess, is
it's absolutely fine. Like it's all good for your microbiome. Where do you stand on the rind, Mary Jane? On this one?
Yeah, I quite like it. I do tend to be unless it's a really, really strong rind. I quite like eating the rind. But yeah, this one is it's a bit tangy. Definitely getting that kind of meaty note coming through as well.
I think in contrast to the Selles-sur-Cher, it's definitely got more sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweetness,
definitely.
Nuttiness, where Selles-sur-Cher was fresh, kind of herby, and a young cheese. But Gubbeen now is meatier, sweeter, kind of deeper flavor.
You get a little bit of earthiness, I think, as well when you have the rind, which I quite enjoy.
Yes, let's try the rind as well. Very complex cheese, and actually with this one, I don't know if you've noticed, but also has a little bit of a breakdown under the skin. So this section right under the rind is a bit creamier, and inside is a little bit crumblier. But the longer the cheese matures, it can get kind of throughout creamy. But it's great to enjoy it at any stage. Absolutely gorgeous. It comes in a wheel of about 1.5 kilos, say, so it doesn't take a long time to mature. But you can enjoy the different stages. I think that's my message. And what do you think you would enjoy it with?
I mean, I'm a wine girl, really.
Yes.
A nice kind of, I guess, a nice red. Yeah, medium body.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know it's a popular one with beer, but yeah.
I think if you want it to be very kind of find a perfect pairing for this cheese, I think beer would be my top recommendation. Not too heavy, maybe a nice smooth ale. But if you're a wine lover like Mary Jane and myself, of course, I would be thinking a red wine. I wouldn't go too heavy, obviously. It's not a very mature cheese. But if you love white, I would be thinking a little bit of a heavier body. Because would you agree? Maybe a light, zingy wine could be overwhelmed by the complexity of this flavor.
Yeah. Definitely. Very nice.
A delicious cheese. I think definitely one to have on the cheese board, but I think it can stand on its own, and I can see it being enjoyed just on its own for lunch with like a cup of soup or some fresh bread. It's like one of those honest cheeses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Shall we go to our third cheese? And with this one, I mean, we could spend a whole hour just talking about Comté. So the next cheese that we're going to try is Comté Réserve. So the one we stock at the Cheese Lady is matured for over 20 months. And of course, this classic French cheese is from Franche-Comté, which is in the east of France, a mountainous area, a gorgeous area for cows to graze on some fantastic grass and just have this amazing diet. And needless to say, because it's such a classic cheese, it has been made for centuries, and the French have perfected their creation of Comté. They just fine-tuned every single step of the process, and this is a cheese that's made by masters of their own craft at every step of the way. So what I mean by that is the milk and the cows are looked after by the farmers. Farmers don't make cheese, they look after the cows. They provide the best treatment for them, and as a result we have this amazing milk. Then this milk doesn't travel very far from the farmer, it goes straight into the dairy when the cheese is produced, and the cheesemakers only make the cheese, and that's what they're great at. And for the third and final and very important stage, Comté goes into maturing rooms, and affiners or cheese maturers look after for months after this cheese and bring out the best in its flavor and texture. So yes, it's one of those cheeses that I like to call a Chanel of cheese.
For sure.
It's quality throughout. Not because it's so expensive as Chanel, but I mean, it's a premium product, and that's what we have to remember. But it's just the quality throughout, and it's just such a timeless classic.
I think for me, it's just one of the most complex and delicious cheeses that exist. I mean, there's just so much going on. I mean, it smells amazing. It's got that kind of nice, kind of creamy, farmyardy smell going on, but when you eat it, it's just the texture, you get those little crystals, everything, and the flavor, it's got so much going on.
It's layers and layers.
It just comes in waves almost.
Or shall we say it's like a symphony on your palate. I mean, we were very poetic
it's amazing.
Here. It is amazing. All that I agree with. And I mean, I don't like to pick favorites with our cheeses. As you know, it's such a hard question to answer when people ask, what's your favorite cheese? But I think Comté, if I was really forced to decide, or it would be the cheese that I would take with me to a desert island if I could. I mean, it's a big wheel as well. It would last a long time. But it gets better with age as well. So like Mary Jane said, a very complex aroma. I'm getting again kind of the sweetness that we had with Gubbeen. Sweet, nutty, very soothing aroma, and texture on the palate is it's a firm cheese. So if we press on it, it's firm, but it kind of then works into a fine, mushy kind of texture with the crystals and the nutty, meaty, complex flavor. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's almost a bit kind of caramel and chocolate. So good.
I think the amazing thing about it is that you can get something different from trying it every time. So it depends also on your palate and on your mood, what you've had before or what you have in it with. You'll always kind of pick up a new note, a new thing that you've not noticed about Comté before. And also bearing in mind, it's an artisan cheese. So there will be something a little bit different about the grass, about where the cows were grazing. So yes, don't expect it to be always the same, and it's absolutely amazing to always find something new in that cheese.
I think it's also worth noting that this is at least 20 months as well, because I've had Comtés from the supermarket and they don't taste anything like this. I think that's because they're younger, right?
Or they're much younger.
Take a long. It's just developed so beautifully.
Absolutely. It is important to note, yes, while Comté is available from supermarkets, what I've found, and you obviously found as well, is that they're much younger. By law, because this cheese is obviously protected by French and European law, Comté needs to be matured only for 4 months. So this is 20 plus, that's 5 times what is legally required. But that time is not just kind of a number. That's when the cheese actually changes its flavor, its texture. It does develop those crystals, which are a sign of age. And all of that amazing chemistry happens during that time. And the mature of this cheese is Marcel Petit, and they are just kind of world famous and renowned for doing the best job with maturing Comté. They have these very famous caves or tunnels where they mature them. So
it's on my bucket list to go.
Yes, let's all go. Fabulous. And let's just kind of finish off on Comté with what we would enjoy it with. What are you thinking?
I'm going to be trying it because I've ordered some vin jaune.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was looking at this and I thought, right, I need to, because I think that's a classic pairing, isn't it?
Classic
I mean,
pairing.
as I don't have that, I would probably, I don't know, I'd probably go for something from the region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sauvignon, I think, is the grape from the region, isn't it? I mean, white or red, I think is your choice, and you can actually have it with champagne as well. But bear in mind, this cheese is super complex, so you want a wine with complexity and good body. So I would go, for instance, with a young champagne, something maybe vintage with a bit of oak. In terms of white wine, again, a little bit heavier, maybe an oaked Chardonnay or something like that. And like Mary Jane mentioned, Vin Jaune and Comté are very classic pairing because they're from the same region, but Vin Jaune is gorgeous. It's like a sherry. It has that sherry character to it. So yes, if you have an opportunity to try with Comté with Vin Jaune, I do recommend it. I've had the pleasure, and it's so hard to find in Britain that it's not very readily available. But breaking news, and you heard here first, we've just ordered some, so we hopefully will be getting some at the Cheese Lady as well. So Comté and Vin Jaune. Now, okay, I think we're just gonna have to stop here because there is so much more I could say. We'll leave it till next time. Let's move on to our fourth and final cheese for tonight. So this one is from Scotland, and neither one of us has a particularly strong Scottish accent, but I'll do my best. It's called Blue Murder. Yes. So Blue Murder is from the Highlands in Scotland, and it's made by Rory Stone, famous for making moreish brie, minger. Those are very popular cheeses that we stock and sell here at the Cheese Lady, and this is one of his blue cheeses. It's absolutely incredible. It's actually one of the newest ones we've added to our range, and I'm very, very pleased with it. Cow's milk, vegetarian rennet, and it's a very creamy, absolutely gorgeous blue cheese, as we'll just discuss in a few moments. Interestingly, it comes in a square shape.
Yes.
So just a little interesting fact. But yeah, let's have a little smell and see what we discover.
It's quite delicate, isn't it?
It's very delicate, yeah. I always get a mushroomy note immediately with blue cheeses, but I almost don't want to stop there. I'm also getting a steely note.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're picking up on that. And I get that, again, that milky nature that we had with Gubbeen. Lovely. Let's have a try. Have you had a try?
I have a little. It's so creamy, and it's quite sweet.
Yeah, interesting, because blue cheeses are renowned to be salty, but if you kind of go beyond that salty,
I'm finding in the blue there's a little crunch as well.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
I mean, maybe just the bit that I had.
No, it does happen with blue cheeses. There can be little crystals as well. What I'm loving about it, I think, is the texture. The texture is so dense cream. So when I had my little bit on the palate, I kind of just gently massaged it with my tongue, and it just kind of disappeared. Sorry to be graphic, but yeah, I think that's what is attracting me to
your mouth so nicely.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's like dense, solid cream that you can cut pretty much. But yeah, absolutely amazing. In terms of strength, I personally don't find it to be very strong, even though it's salty, like we mentioned. But in terms of bite, I personally place it on the milder end of the spectrum.
I think it's very well balanced, isn't it? It's got a little bit of strength in the blue, but so lovely and creamy.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why I was thinking for more of a summer cheese board, that would be more appropriate, because if we now start thinking about what we would have it with, a stronger blue cheese we want with a sweeter wine, whereas in the summer we might not be feeling like a sweet wine, so a light red, maybe even a white, if we don't necessarily blend them together, that could work.
Definitely.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think that's a real crowd pleaser, and something if we get a lot of people that come in the shop who don't like blue cheese or say they don't like blue cheese. But I think that would probably maybe break that barrier for a lot of people.
Yeah, a good beginner blue cheese. Yes. So if you're not sure at home whether you would like a blue cheese, try Blue Murder. So there you go. This is our June cheese board of 4 cheeses. We went from France to Ireland to France and back to Scotland. Different textures, different flavors, different aromas. We do hope you enjoy them at home. Leave us a comment and follow, and we hope to see you next time.